Dumelang landlord, this is your tenant Disebo D. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please do like, share and subscribe. And if you have anything to say, anything at all, please do drop a comment. I would really like to hear from you. My landlords, I just thought maybe somebody somewhere would have the same problem with me, like me. Apologies for the echo in advance, but I wanted us to talk about the whole Palesa interview that happened on Boldly Owami channel. Now, initially, I did not want to watch the whole thing. I thought it was a drag because it's 3 videos literally. But I just watched the first video and wanted to give you guys just a brief if you are lazy to watch that long. So now the issues that she raised regarding herself and her relationship with baby daddy being Usomizi was he had money, Usomizi, because when they were pregnant, Usomizi was already an established somebody, Ayatabo Sarafina and stuff. So she did indicate that he had money, but the child was born without new clothes. Now an aunt had to donate clothes for Bahumi when Bahumi was born. But at the time, Usomizi was living the life. And she also indicated that Usomizi was absent, like he literally was an absent parent. And Palesa believed that he also did not believe that Bahumi was his child. Because at the time, Usomizi was realizing that he actually loves men, he's gay, and remember, being gay in those days was taboo. She also mentioned that she started acting when she did Imaru, right? When the child was young, she tried to be the best mom, but she could not work at Mr. Price. So she did a play with Umaru where she was paid about 800 Rand a month, and that was her first real hustle, and that hustle was a hustle at least that could put bread and butter on the table. However, with a 10-month-old baby, she was very, very, very busy, and she needed to breathe and get something to sustain her. But Joyce, who is Somizi's sister, then took over Ubahumi and raised Ubahumi. This is not upon Somizi's request, but upon Joyce seeing Uguti, no, Upalisa is struggling, and therefore let her take Umtuana, raise Umtuana, and allow Upalisa to be what she needed to be. So now I believe from that was when Usomizi started to bring something, because already Ubahumi was already there, right? Then Upalisa said 30 years later she has never received an apology from Usomizi. An apology basically saying, sorry, I had to pursue my gayness. I had to understand and find myself. And upon understanding and finding myself, you guys were on the firing line. So she said also, however, they have not had a conversation regarding the situation, and they had not had a proper discussion as to addressing the matters that led to Usomizi being an absent father and then after finding out that Somizi is gay, there was no one-on-one or counseling now my baby daddy is not necessarily going to be raising our baby together. This is going to be a solo challenge and a solo experience, because Usomizi, remember, was also figuring life for himself at the time of understanding Uguti Ungban. So life just went on without them addressing this matter. And now that she is older, and now that all her kids are also older and able to understand where she's coming from, Bahumi being 30 years old currently, she feels Uguti this is the ideal time for her to go on podcasts and talk about her experience. And then her ex-husband was her best friend. This guy literally saved her, because this guy was able to be there for Ubahumi and be the father that Ubahumi needed, because he literally was playing the father role. He was the one fetching Ubahumi on weekends from Ujoyce and so he was hands-on. Ubahumi still sees him as a father till today and still calls him daddy till date. They unfortunately had to go through a divorce because of her marriage was strained by family members, his family members straining and interfering in their marriage, and she felt that most of the time he would stand with them instead of standing with her. That now contributed into her saying, no, ngathi lento le angeke izisebenze. However, he still regards this man as a great man. And also they had constraints when it came to the fact that Guy had to, he lost his businesses and she lost her job. Good generations and a lot of things started happening, and their financial constraints and challenges and disagreements thereof led them into having a divorce. She's the one that applied for a divorce, even though she later on regretted the decision because of how her children had difficulties with this whole solution. That does not necessarily mean, though, that she wants the husband back at this moment. Right? However, currently, Somizi and Bahomi are in a good place. They have a good relationship. The father and daughter thing is fathering. And she believes that this is a contribution to the Living the Dream reality show that Usomizi had, because Usomizi then saw the diary sessions that Ubahomi made, which made things better for both Bahomi and Somizi, hence their bond right now. Right? So now, Palisa also indicated that her other children were bullied for Somizi being gay, and they were told to go to, hey, your father is gay, and so and so and so and so, because children are mean, and children do not understand. You can be gay, or you can be bi, or you can be whatever. When they are young, they just assume this is the gray, this is whatnot. And because they were bullied, Usomizi continued with his life. Nothing was done, no intervention was done, and this was a challenge because the children, like the two children that she has, their father is the ex-husband, and now people were saying, but this is your father, and they rejected that narrative, which created stress for them at school. And now she has fully forgiven Usomizi. She did explain that she has fully healed and fully forgiven Usomizi. It's just that when she tells the story or she narrates the story, it does become emotional there and there. At this point, there is no bad vibes or bad blood between her and Somizi. Now, this was on the initial first episode that has about 260,000 views. Now, and she said something that was like, it raised eyebrows. She said she believes, not in so many words, but she believes the story that Umuhali told, because Umuhali is the person that really knows Somizi, and the fans know Somizi from TV and but we do not really know the real Somizi. Her exact word was, Mohali's interview did not shock me. Yes, her exact words were, Mohali's interview did not shock me. And OM was like, South Africa was shocked as a whole. Why were you not shocked? But in conclusion, the biggest statement or assumption that South Africa had that she corrected was that Usomizi paid for her surgery. The plastic surgery after her accident, Somizi contributed a cent except the flowers that she delivered on hospital while they were airing Living the Dream. And she believes that those flowers were delivered because they were airing that episode. In an event where the episode was not aired, Somizi might not have shown up. Yeah, I don't know what you think about the whole thing, but this is the summary of the interview. Do let me know what your thoughts are and if you have watched the whole interview. But while you're at it, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Apologies for the echo. I love you. Peace. Bye.